Welcome to the Royal Priesthood Roundtable. This is a podcast that tries to share what Jesus is doing in people's lives. We have so many people that God has turned their life around, and we have them come on this podcast. But tonight, you know what? We're in for a special treat. We have Mama Tracey. It's a big part of this ministry here. She is Mama Tracey. I'm Pastor Johnny, as you know. This is Kayla, Parise. She's our media director. We all work together to do God's work here. But tonight we're going to just talk a little bit about what is Royal Priesthood Ministries for all people. What does that mean? And I'm going to start out sharing a little bit of how we became. First, we became a motorcycle ministry. It was about 8 years ago. We become Royal Priesthood Motorcycle Ministry, and we started going out sharing the love of Jesus with the world, and started going out using our motorcycles and our vests that we wear as tools to reach the lost, and that's what we're still doing. But Tracey, if you would just take just a minute and explain to them now, we're not only just a motorcycle ministry.
Well, wait, we need to back up.
Okay.
Because we're not on a motorcycle. That's where we started.
Yes.
But now we started Royal Priesthood Bible Church for All People.
Yes.
So that was the first spawn off of our motorcycle ministry because we wanted more.
We wanted more.
So
we wanted a church that was a comfortable place.
that started almost 5 years ago.
Yes.
5 years this year.
5 years old
And,
this January.
I thought Johnny was crazy when he first brought it up. I was like, I'm not a preacher's wife. I like my motorcycle ministry. I like doing events. When he first brought it up, I was like, did you really pray about that?
Yeah.
But he did, like I said, but I thought he's a little crazy. I was like, we both work full time. How are we going to do this?
Yeah.
But God made a way. He did. So it started, 5 years ago? And
5 years ago, yes. The biker church is 5 years old. We moved from one little small building that started out, it only hold 49 people, to now we're in right down the road at 634 Lafayette Street.
South Lafayette Street.
Yeah, South Lafayette Street, that we can now hold over 100 people comfortably. We run 75, 80 people most of the time on Sunday. And God's on the move here. Man, he's really been on the move the last couple of weeks.
But tell them the unique thing. What time do we start?
We start at 2 p.m. every Sunday. You know, as a pastor, you go out and invite people to church, or even a church member, you go out and invite people to church. They say, no, Sunday's my only day off, and I'm going to sleep late. So we start at 2 p.m. every Sunday, and it is for all people. Come and see us, please. So out of the church, so we reached a point. You want to, Tracey, share a little bit about that day at the dining room table when, even though we're working with the homeless, I said we got to do more. You remember that?
Yep. Well, we need to back up first, though, because even, I thought he was crazy. Come around the corner, I was getting ready for church, and it's Sunday at 2. We're heading here. I like to get here early. I come around the corner, and he's sitting at the table crying, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? So he hurt your feelings. I know it wasn't me this time because I wasn't in there. But he said, we're not doing enough. And I was like, what are you talking about? Not doing
We're doing
enough.
a pretty good bit.
We're busy every Saturday. We have a lot of events going on because I always laugh and tell people, get in where you fit in. But he said, we're just not doing enough. And that's where he said, we've got to do more. 1 Peter 2:9, of course, is our Bible verse that we're based off of. And it said that we're a chosen generation. So that sort of spawned off our chosen generation of House of Hope, but Kayla, it's been renamed to something else.
Yeah.
It has. We actually had a member of our church who would take on a lot of feedings and feed that place and do a lot around Chosen Generation. So now it's named Granny D, Chosen Generation House of Hope. And we do a lot. We do a lot with the homeless, and we do a lot with the thing. But the biggest thing is we have a recovery home. And it's called Granny D House of Hope Recovery. And so we help not only the addicted, but the homeless. And we do a lot. We've been doing that for about 2 years now.
Do it totally through Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We don't accept what, Johnny? Any
No government funding, because nobody is going to tell us that we're not going to require church. We're going to require church. We're going to require the Bible. And the main thing, we require that cover to come through Jesus Christ, because we know that's where the hope is and where the recovery actually comes from. You know, I don't really criticize other recovery places for doing it other ways, but we know here, we've seen walking and living proof of folks come off the street and they're addicted and move into the Chosen Generation House of Hope, the Granny D house, and come out of there a new person.
We've had many successes.
Well, you hear the guys say that, you know, and we're not knocking any rehab facilities or sober living. Ours is different. It's totally Christ-based.
Yes.
And, you know, the guys know that, you know, and I laugh all the time, and I tell them, look, we're going to love the hell out of you, legit.
That's right.
Because I don't want you to die and go to hell.
That's right.
We teach them different ways to cope, maybe with their anger, with their struggles with addictions. Are we always successful? I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say we are. We are not. We've had our heartbreaks, and we've had our success stories. But, you know, even the heartbreaks, sometimes we still see those. We still love on them. We still feed them. We still nurture them. And their breakthrough is going to come.
Yes.
You know, I firmly believe that. We pray for them every day. And just because maybe it didn't work that one time doesn't mean it won't work later. So, you know, we tell any family, don't ever give up. Continue to pray for that lost one. Continue to pray for that addicted one. Because, you know, what if you're the only one praying for them? You know, they need that person praying for them. And like I said, you know, we talked about the Chosen Generation House of Hope, or the Granny D Chosen Generation House of Hope. You know, we've seen major success stories out of there, guys getting their kids back, cars, bikes, motorcycles, you know, getting jobs, good paying jobs, able to move out on their own and live successfully now. But that also spawned something else, because a year ago, Johnny again.
Ain't doing enough.
Like
Ain't
always.
doing enough. And I laugh. I'm like, you know, are we glutton for punishment? And, you know, God will never put on you what you can't handle. So Johnny had said, look, you know, we're just not doing enough. And I mean, he legit was ready to put, I don't know, 30 tents out in our front yard. And I'm like, look, you know, we got to have somewhere we can escape to. But we started talking early part of last year with Christ Covenant, Pastor Steve Putnam and his family over there, our extended family, and Phil. Love those guys. They felt like, you know, hey, we're not doing enough either.
Right.
So we were like-minded, you know.
Yeah,
So
they have this big old facility on their big old building that God showed them they need to use it to help the kingdom, to do God's work. And so
they reached out to Johnny.
Yes.
Johnny said yes. You know, didn't have to pray about it because, of course, we wanted to do more. So last year, we opened up the emergency winter shelter. And see, ours is unique, Kayla. Tell them about what we do at our emergency winter shelter.
Ours is really unique because not only is it Christ-based, it's they're required to come to church to even be able to stay in our shelter. They get fed.
Men, women, and children.
And it's men, women, and children. Yes. And they get fed, they get showers, and they get fed the word every time, every day.
And we're also a little different. We bus back and forth from here at our church. Intake's done here at the church, the Warrior Priesthood Bible Church for all people. You know, a lot of shelters, and again, we're not bad-mouthing anybody else because every facility's different.
That's right.
When it's extremely cold outside, we kept our doors open all year round last year. Yes. So pretty much 24 hours a day, we had an extended family. You know, we got to know them as family. We got to know them. We got to know their struggles. And we actually had some success stories out of the shelter.
We did.
Absolutely amazing of the shelter months that when we first opened, y'all remember all the struggles we had, and the enemy was firing at us.
It was a headache, that's for sure.
The enemy was coming at us in every direction. And you know, all of us, as followers of Jesus, think sometimes, is this all worth it? Well, it was, because We did what God told us to do. Nothing we could have ever done can cause this but Jesus, right? So as the shelter was open all winter, not only did we get to keep people warm, let them get showers, feed them every single day. That's another story right there. We realized at 5 o'clock when these folks come in, they are hungry.
Well, it was the first day actually.
Yeah, it's the first
We
day.
had 3 guys that came in, and we
Yes.
were like, because they were like, we're hungry, you have anything to eat? We were like, we'll go eat some sandwich stuff.
Yeah, I think we had bologna sandwiches the first day. And then we realized that every evening at 5 o'clock before we drive out to Christ Covenant, where the shelter's located, that we had to feed them. So I remember when we started praying, and it was like manna came out of heaven. Every day somebody had volunteered, or even we cooked it here, but we had the food here to do it. So, you know, I want everybody watching this to realize that if God tells you to do something, if you follow His will in it, it don't matter what the world says about it, He'll get you through it. And that was proof. Tracey, tell us a couple of success stories out of the winter shelter.
As a matter of fact, we had 3 of the guys went through, well, 2 of them actually moved into our chosen house.
Yes.
So we had 2 of them over there. Success story. Oh, yeah, you're right, 3 of them moved over. We had 3 move over and still there today. So that's awesome. All of them working full-time jobs. All of them are doing great. And then we also were able to link a lot of them to resources out in the community. Several of them maybe got into homes or moved on to maybe a more permanent homeless or permanent residency as far as with another shelter area for families. You know, so it wasn't just, you know, we bring them in, we feed them, we send them back out. We wanted to know what's next because, you know, it hurt us when we had to shut the shelter. You know why? Because we were 100% volunteer based.
Yes.
I don't get paid. You get paid.
Nope.
I don't get. You get
I
paid.
didn't get paid either.
We get paid with love.
Yes.
And that was all. You know, just to hear the hugs every day, and you know the love that they had for us, and the thank yous. And it wasn't all. It wasn't all roses.
No.
Bed of roses.
No.
I'm telling you, there's many days that we got fussed at, cussed at, but you know, the good days outweigh the bad, and you know, you don't judge everybody the same. You know, because we're all one paycheck away from being homeless. We are. I mean, with the economy and everything going on now. So it was a blessing to be able to give back. You know, like I said, some of them needed more tough love than others, and a lot of them came back to me at the end and said, we appreciate that. But, you know, it was a safe environment. They didn't have to worry about getting robbed.
No.
They didn't have to worry about being attacked. They got a warm bed.
And one thing, Tracey, I want to share is we kept families together.
Yeah.
We had 7 children in the shelter at one point, and they were there with their parents. We had a man with 3 children there. We had ladies with their children there. They didn't have to be separated. I don't know if that happens anywhere, but God has provided a place that if you know of somebody this winter that's homeless and don't have somewhere to go, please reach out to us.
We do need to preface that. Unfortunately, we can't take pets.
Yes.
You know, 'cause
okay.
that's not our rule, that's the church's rule.
Yes.
We do a background check, you know, to make sure everybody's completely safe. We have a wait staff. So we do have volunteers that stay over there. And if you'd like to volunteer, reach out to Pastor Johnny.
Please.
Whether it be volunteering by serving here at the church, whether it be volunteering to stay overnight, or just mentor someone. Because sometimes, you know, just coming in, sitting down, breaking bread with somebody, having that conversation, you get to learn them. You know,
Yes.
we knew everybody by first name. They knew us. They knew our kids. You know, they asked our kids what we'd ask about them, their family. You know, so they became parts of our extended family.
They are our family.
And still are, because we still check on them, still see them.
Yes.
But, you know, like I said, we love them. We showed them love. And it didn't matter whether they were dirty, whether they didn't have a bath, whether they didn't have clothes. God made a way,
Yes.
you know, and they were able to get those showers and able to dress nice, and they had Christmas and good meals and just fellowship.
I'll never forget this Christmas. I'm thinking Christmas Eve, I might have been there.
Yeah.
That was a special Christmas for me. It really was to see the kids get gifts, and like I said, it wasn't nothing we could ever do, but God provided a
Absolutely.
place that felt like home for these kids.
And they got to
during that time.
decorate too. They had a
Oh.
Christmas tree out there. They were so
Yep.
excited about.
Yes. Good times.
And they walked into the church to a better Christmas than they could have ever imagined.
Yeah, better. Yeah, those kids were blessed. And we didn't do it, the community brought
Yes.
community sponsored children and brought gifts. Christmas was awesome. It was awesome. So we are looking for volunteers for the shelter. We're building a team to spend nights out there. We need churches to volunteer to do meals here at the church. We need folks to volunteer to come help us here at the
Or
church.
if you want to donate, whether it be monetary
Yes.
or whether it be, gosh knows, I laughed every time I turn around. I'm like, we're out of paper towels again.
Yes.
Toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, anything that you would use on a regular basis, we use it times 20 on a regular basis here.
Yeah.
So, anything would help, whether it be 1 roll, 30 rolls, if, a company that would, be willing to donate, or just spend time, even that time is a precious commodity.
Yes.
We'll take anything we can get, we tell people, and be very thankful.
Tracy does real good about, if you add us on social media, she does real good about doing the need of the week.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know what we need that week, what's the most important that week. So at the bottom of this, I'll make sure to tag the links to all of the social media accounts to make sure you can keep up to date with that.
Well, our immediate need, speaking of that, we went out and we checked, all our bedding and stuff. We are in need of 6 twin-size mattresses. They run about $50, $60 each. If you have a new or like new mattress, let me know. Or if you like to donate one or, purchase one, I'll do an Amazon link, whatever, like I said, we don't take any of the money. All the money that we take in gets poured back out into the community. So that is our major need. We got to get those 6 mattresses. So I have our 20 beds. We laughed last year. We went through a lot of cots in the beginning because, it was a learning course. Nothing like being in the middle of the night and you wake up in the floor the next morning, but you know what?
Yes.
God provided. We were able to get through last year, where everybody had a warm place, and, even through the snow,
Yes.
we had snow a few times and the kids even got to play outside in the snow. But like I said, just helping out anyway. And we don't say, hey, look at us, look what we're doing in the community. We say, look at God, look what he's doing. Because it's just not Chosen Generation House of Hope. It's not Orgrinity House of Hope. It's not Warrior Priesthood Ministries. It's not Warrior Priesthood Motorcycle Ministry. It's not even Warrior Priesthood Biker Church for All People. It's not Pastor Johnny. It's not Kayla. It's not me. It's all Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
And like I said, just come experience it, man. 'Cause we love everybody. So.
And it's an experience that will humble you.
Yes. And I want to invite anybody that'd like to join us on Sundays at 2 p.m. here at the church.
We also got a few events coming up, don't we, Kayla?
We do. We have a biker wing on October 31st. That's going to be at 6.
Well, we'll start at 6. It'll be here about 5:30. We'll set up.
Yeah. So if you want to come join us for that and want to give out candy, come join us for that.
Kids.
Or bring your kids just to enjoy the biker wing. It's actually a fun thing to come to join. We have fun every year that we do it.
Guess what I'm dressing up as?
We know.
A biker. I like my outfit every year.
Me too.
Everybody laughs. Like, you're dressing up, I say. I am. I'm dressing up as a biker.
Every year.
My favorite costume.
Yeah.
So.
And we also have the car, truck, and bike show, which is going to be November 1st. And it's going to be fun, and it's actually all the proceeds from that go to
The Biker Church.
Yes.
Now, that starts that morning. We'll give out awards at 12:30. Registration starts up about 9 till about 11. We'll share the flyers. Registration's $15. We're also taking vendors. Vendor spots are $25. So if you're interested, contact me. See if in our any of the social media pages has our numbers on it. So if you like, just come hang out with us. We'll have raffle tables. We'll have 50-50 tickets. We'll have food for sale. I think our Chosen Generation guys are going to sell some food that day.
Yes.
So, just have it, bring a chair, come hang out with us. We're just gonna have a fun day, man. We always do with that.
Last year was a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Last year
We
was
actually
a
had good
blast.
weather last year too,
Yeah.
so thank you, Lord.
Yes, we
I
did.
think you'll look out for again this year. We'll have prizes, we'll take the note from changes from last year and add some additional stuff this year, so we're excited about that.
Yes. So if you're a car enthusiast or not, come hang out with us.
Yeah.
And spend the day with us.
I think Johnny's already started polishing on his shovel.
Yeah,
hasn't he?
old shovel
Yeah.
head
He's
will
trying to
be-
win. He's trying to win again, y'all. I need somebody to upset him.
Yeah.
So.
But please come join us. And like I said, every Sunday, 2 p.m., anybody's welcome. I don't care if you're a biker, not a biker, if you're homeless, if you're rich,
Well, how do you dress?
comfortably. Yes.
I laugh
Cover
and
up.
tell people that
Yes.
the
What is
three
it?
B's, y'all. And one of our members would tell you this when she first called. She said, "Well, how do I dress?" I said, "I don't care what you come in as long as your three B's are covered. Your boobs, your butt, and your belly."
Amen.
She laughed. She came in shorts, flip flop, and a tank top that
Yeah.
day, and she's been with us ever since. But even if you don't have clothes, call me. I got a blanket. We'll find you something to wear. I don't care. I just want to love on you. Everybody, we're huggers. I'm going to tell you now.
Yes. Lord Jesus.
They do like the hug.
Jesus.
And I laugh at people when they first come. They're like, "Y'all some hugging people."
Yes.
I'm like, "Yes, we are."
You walk through them doors and you'll never walk back out.
You know why, Tracey? Because this ministry, every part of this ministry was founded on the love of Jesus Christ. And that's one commitment we have, to love people.
And I laugh. I'm the hugger, the side hugger. I'm usually running and doing stuff a lot. I tell everybody, Johnny's like our mayor. He's like kissing the babies and shaking hands
That
and
is
hugging
true.
people.
I love
Sometimes we got to pull him in at the last minute going, "It's time to go do something, Johnny." Why he's still doing that. But, he loves this people. We love people in general. It's just
Amen.
not one-sided. I don't care if you're black, white, gay, straight, purple, green, we all believe the same.
Please,
And we just want to love you, and that's it.
please, like I say, please come worship with us. You might have heard how God is moving here.
Wait, you know what we forgot? Wednesday nights, what do we have, Kayla?
Bible study.
Bible study.
That's what I was going to say. Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. we have Bible study for all people. And it's a move of God every time. It's a great time. If you don't know the Bible, it's a great time to come dive in. We welcome everybody to come in and discuss the Bible, have a great interaction with other
You
people.
can laugh at Kayla trying to pronounce the word.
Yes, you can laugh at me trying to pronounce half the words in the Bible because I'm not the greatest at it. But it's okay because we're all still learning.
That's right.
And then
We're growing
About,
up.
now, we got something on Friday nights,
we
too.
have Friday nights, which is the Way Recovery Program. The Way Recovery Program is our addiction recovery program, but we don't like to really say it's for just addictions because it's really for anything from A to Z: depression, anxiety, codependency, you name it. Come join us. If you think that you have a problem, come join us. Whether you are anxious about something or depressed about something,
Or
just come join us.
Maybe you have a family member battling and you need, a way out or need some help. Just come. So,
Come
and
join
then
us.
we also do something else on Mondays. I forgot we didn't mention.
Yes.
Pastor Ryan, we have something on Mondays.
Actually, on Mondays.
How it all started, pretty much.
Yeah, from 11 to 1, we feed the homeless, and we're here if you know somebody that's homeless and they need help getting a Social Security card or getting signed up for food stamps, anything that'll help them, we're here to help with
Food
that.
pantry, too.
We have a food pantry. Always, if you know somebody that needs this food pantry, that's what it's here for. Send them.
Come by, knock on the door. We're typically here for the
Yes.
week, so come by and check us out. Just come by and let us love on you.
Yes.
You don't have to go to church here to get something out of the food pantry. If you're hungry, come on. We're going to feed you.
Amen.
So,
Yeah, we're not like most churches. You don't have to be a member here to come ask for help.
Yeah, come ask for help. You'll get it. I didn't start out this podcast like I normally do, but they're gonna help me with this here. So we want everybody watching this to know, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Savior, you can today. You don't have
Yes,
to
you
put that
can.
off. You can give your heart to Him right now. All you gotta do is ask for forgiveness of your sins and confess with your mouth that you believe in Him, that He arose on the third day from that cross, and you can be saved. That's the most important thing.
and you can do that from home.
You can do it right from home.
Right now. You don't have to
Right now.
be in a church to do that, y'all. Y'all can do that from home. from anywhere, your car, anywhere you're at. Jesus will meet you where you're at.
Where you're at, that's right. And the main thing we want y'all to know, y'all gonna help me with this.
Okay.
We're gonna do it together. 1, 2, 3.
Jesus loves you and we love you.